Ever wondered why top tech companies like Google, Amazon, and Microsoft obsess over object-oriented programming in their interviews? It's because OOPS is the backbone of scalable software. In this video, we will cover object-oriented programming interview questions and answers, OOPS MCQs prep. Master object-oriented programming for your next technical interview. In this video, we dive deep into 30 essential OOPS questions covering encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism, and abstraction to get you job ready. Make sure to pause the video and try to answer each question yourself before we reveal the detailed explanation. Which of the following concepts means wrapping up data and methods into a single unit? Option A, inheritance. Option B, encapsulation. Option C, polymorphism. Option D, abstraction. The correct answer is B. Encapsulation is the fundamental principle of bundling the data, variables, and the methods, functions, that operate on the data into a single unit called a class. It serves as a protective shield that prevents the data from being accessed by the code outside. This shield, by keeping data private and providing public getter and setter methods, a programmer can control how the data is accessed and modified, which leads to better maintainability and security in software design. In object-oriented programming, what is multiple inheritance? Option A, a class inheriting from multiple base classes. Option B, multiple classes inheriting from a single base class. Option C, a class inheriting from a class that already has a parent. Option D, creating multiple objects of the same class. The correct answer is A. Multiple inheritance is a feature in some object-oriented languages, like C++, where a class can inherit behaviors and features from more than one superclass. While powerful, it can lead to complexity and ambiguity, such as the diamond problem, where the compiler is unsure which parent's method to use. Because of this complexity, many modern languages like Java and C# do not support multiple inheritance of classes, instead using interfaces to achieve similar functionality safely. Which type of polymorphism is achieved through method overloading? Option A, runtime polymorphism. Option B, dynamic binding. Option C, compile time polymorphism. Option D, inheritance polymorphism. The correct answer is C. Compile time polymorphism, also known as static polymorphism, is resolved during the compilation of the program. Method overloading is the primary example of this, where multiple methods in the same class have the same name but different signatures, different number or types of parameters. The compiler determines which method to call based on the arguments passed at compile time, leading to faster execution compared to dynamic binding. What is the primary goal of abstraction in OOP? Option A, to hide the implementation details and show only functionality. Option B, to increase the speed of the program execution. Option C, to allow multiple names for the same variable. Option D, to reduce the memory footprint of objects. The correct answer is A. Abstraction is the process of hiding the internal complexity of a system and exposing only the necessary parts to the user. For instance, when you drive a car, you know that pressing the brake stops the vehicle, but you don't need to know the hydraulic mechanics happening under the hood. In programming, abstraction is achieved using abstract classes and interfaces, allowing developers to focus on what an object is rather than how it does it. Which of the following is used to initialize an object? Option A, destructor. Option B, static method. Option C, constructor. Option D, finalizer. The correct answer is C. A constructor is a special member function of a class that is automatically called when an instance object of that class is created. Its main purpose is to initialize the member variables of the object and allocate necessary resources. Constructors have the same name as the class and do not have a return type. If a programmer doesn't define a constructor, the compiler usually provides a default one. What happens during method overriding? Option A. A class has two methods with the same name but different parameters. Option B. A subclass provides a specific implementation of a method already defined in its superclass. Option C. A method is called within itself. Option D. Two different classes have methods with the same name. The correct answer is B. Method overriding is a feature that allows a subclass to provide a specific implementation of a method that is already provided by one of its superclasses. This is the basis for runtime polymorphism. Dynamic method dispatch. When a method is overridden, the version of the method that is executed is determined by the object type used to invoke it at runtime, not the reference type, allowing for flexible and extensible code. Which access modifier allows a member to be accessible only within the same package and by subclasses? Option A, private. Option B, public. Option C, protected. Option D, default. The correct answer is C. The protected access modifier is designed to allow access to members within the same package and also to subclasses even if they are in different packages. This is a key part of inheritance, as it allows child classes to access parent attributes while still keeping those attributes hidden from the general, outside world, non-related classes in other packages. What is an instance of a class called? Option A, variable. Option B, function. Option C, object. Option D, reference. The correct answer is C. An object is a basic unit of object-oriented programming and represents real-life entities. Technically, an object is an instance of a class. When a class is defined, no memory is allocated until an object is created from that class. Each object has its own state, stored in attributes, and behavior, defined by methods. Which of the following is not a characteristic of a static member in a class? Option A. It is shared by all instances of the class. Option B. It belongs to the class rather than any specific object. Option C. It can be accessed using the class name. Option D. It can access non-static instance variables directly. The correct answer is D. Static methods and variables belong to the class itself, not to any specific instance. Because static members exist independently of any object, they cannot directly access non-static instance variables or methods, as instance variables require a specific object to have a value. Static members are useful for constants or utility functions that don't depend on object state. What is another name for runtime polymorphism? Option A, static binding. Option B, early binding. Option C, dynamic binding. Option D, direct binding. The correct answer is C. Dynamic binding, or late binding, refers to the process where the specific method to be called is determined at runtime based on the actual type of the object. This is essential for achieving polymorphism through method overriding. Since the decision is delayed until the program is actually running, it provides the flexibility needed for plugin architectures and complex class hierarchies. Which keyword is used to refer to the current instance of a class in Java or C++? Option A, parent. Option B, this. Option C, self. Option D, super. The correct answer is B. The this keyword, or pointer in C++, refers to the current object whose method is being called. It is commonly used to distinguish between class attributes and parameters with the same name, or to pass the current object as an argument to other methods. In Python, self is used similarly but as an explicit first parameter of methods. Which concept allows a class to enforce a contract for what its subclasses must do without providing implementation? Option A, encapsulation. Option B, interface. Option C, composition. Option D, aggregation. The correct answer is B. An interface is a reference type in OOP that is similar to a class but can contain only constants and method signatures. In most languages, it serves as a contract. Any class that implements the interface is forced to provide concrete implementations for all the methods defined in that interface. This allows for polymorphism, where different classes can be treated as the same interface type. What is the has a relationship in OOP? Option A, inheritance. Option B, composition. Option C, polymorphism. Option D, abstraction. The correct answer is B. A has a relationship, also known as composition or aggregation, occurs when one class contains an instance of another class as one of its members. For example, a car has a engine. This is often preferred over is a inheritance, because it creates less coupling between classes and provides more flexibility in changing system behavior at runtime. Which of these is used to destroy an object and free up resources in C++? Option A, constructor. Option B, finalizer. Option C, destructor. Option D, garbage collector. The correct answer is C. In languages like C++, a destructor is a special member function that is executed whenever an object's lifetime ends. E.g., it goes out of scope or is deleted. Its primary role is to release resources like memory, file handles, or network sockets. In managed languages like Java, this is handled automatically by the garbage collector, though finalizers or cleaners exist as a legacy alternative concept. Can you create an object of an abstract class? Option A, yes, always. Option B, no, abstract classes cannot be instantiated. Option C, yes, if it has a constructor. Option D, only if all methods are implemented. The correct answer is B. Abstract classes are meant to be blueprints for other blueprints, because they are incomplete, often containing abstract methods with no body. The language prevents you from instantiating them directly. You must create a subclass that extends the abstract class and provides implementations for the missing parts before you can create an object. What is the primary difference between an abstract class and an interface in Java? Option A. Abstract classes can have constructors, while interfaces cannot. Option B. Interfaces can have state, while abstract classes cannot. Option C. A class can extend multiple abstract classes but implement only one interface. Option D. Abstract classes cannot have any implemented methods. The correct answer is A. The main technical difference is that an abstract class is a class and can have instance variables, state, and constructors to initialize that state. An interface is a contract and traditionally could not hold state, only constants. Furthermore, a class can only inherit from one abstract class, single inheritance, but can implement many interfaces. What does final keyword indicate when applied to a class? Option A. The class cannot be instantiated. Option B. The class cannot be inherited. Option C. The class cannot have any methods. Option D. The class is ready for garbage collection. The correct answer is B. When a class is declared as final, it prevents any other class from extending it. This is often used for security or performance reasons, or to ensure that the behavior of a utility class, like the string class in Java, remains unchanged and cannot be overridden by third-party code. In composition, what happens to the child object when the parent object is destroyed? Option A. It continues to exist independently. Option B. It is also destroyed. Option C. It becomes a global object. Option D. It is transferred to another parent. The correct answer is B. Composition is a strong form of the has-a relationship. In composition, the child object's life cycle is strictly managed by the parent. If the parent is destroyed, the child cannot exist on its own and is destroyed as well. For example, a room is part of a house. If the house is demolished, the room is also gone. This differs from aggregation, where the child can outlive the parent. Which of these allows a function to be called with different types of data? Option A. Function overloading. Option B. Encapsulation. Option C. Inheritance. Option D. Abstraction. The correct answer is A. Function, or method. Overloading allows multiple functions to have the same name but accept different parameters, either in number or type. This improves code readability and allows the same logical operation to be performed on different data types without needing unique names for every variation. What is the purpose of the super keyword? Option A. To call a method in the current class. Option B. To access members or constructors of the parent class. Option C. To create a new instance of a class. Option D. To terminate a loop. The correct answer is B. The super keyword is used to refer to the immediate parent class. It is most commonly used in a subclass constructor to call the parent class's constructor, or to invoke a method in the parent class that has been overridden in the current subclass. Which of these is not an OOP principle? Option A. Inheritance. Option B. Polymorphism. Option C. Compilation. Option D. Abstraction. The correct answer is C. The four pillars of object-oriented programming are encapsulation, abstraction, inheritance, and polymorphism. Compilation is a general process in computer science where source code is translated into machine code, but it is not a core principle specific to the object-oriented paradigm. What is operator overloading? Option A. Giving new meaning to an existing operator. Option B. Creating a new operator in a language. Option C. Using the same operator for different data types automatically. Option D. Removing an operator from a class. The correct answer is A. Operator overloading is a specific type of polymorphism where different operators, like plus, dash, asterisk, are given different implementations based on the arguments passed to them. For example, the plus operator can be overloaded in a complex number class to perform vector addition instead of simple integer addition. Not all languages support this. C++ does. Java does not. Which access modifier provides the least restriction? Option A, private. Option B, public. Option C, protected. Option D, package private. The correct answer is B. The public access modifier is the most permissive. Any class, method, or variable declared as public can be accessed from any other class in the entire application, regardless of the package or module it resides in. What is a virtual function used for? Option A. To make a function run faster. Option B. To ensure runtime polymorphism. Option C. To prevent inheritance. Option D. To hide data. The correct answer is B. In C++, a virtual function is a member function that you expect to be redefined in derived classes. When you use a pointer or reference of the base class to point to a derived class object, the virtual keyword ensures that the correct overridden version of the function is called at runtime, enabling dynamic binding. What is pure virtual function? Option A. A function that has no implementation in the base class. Option B. A function that can only be called once. Option C. A function that is private. Option D. A function that returns no value. The correct answer is A. A pure virtual function is a function that has no implementation in the base class and is declared by assigning 0 to it, e.g., virtual void draw equals 0, Any class containing at least one pure virtual function becomes an abstract class and cannot be instantiated. Subclasses must override this function to become concrete. Where are objects generally stored in memory? Option A, stack. Option B, heap. Option C, register. Option D, cache. The correct answer is B. In most object-oriented environments, objects are dynamically allocated on the heap. The heap is a large pool of memory used for dynamic allocation, while the reference variable name might stay on the stack. Local memory. The actual data instance resides on the heap to allow it to persist beyond the scope of a single function call. What is a shallow copy? Option A. A copy that duplicates the memory address instead of the object values. Option B. A copy that creates a completely independent object. Option C. A copy that only copies the private members. Option D. A copy that is performed by the compiler. The correct answer is A. A shallow copy creates a new object but does not create copies of the nested objects it refers to. Instead, it just copies the references. If the original object contains a pointer to another object, both the original and the shallow copy will point to the same memory location, meaning changes to one will affect the other. This is different from a deep copy, where everything is cloned. What is the relationship between a square class and a shape class likely to be? Option A, composition. Option B, inheritance, is A. Option C, aggregation. Option D, encapsulation. The correct answer is B. Since a square is a type of shape, this is a classic example of inheritance. The square class would inherit general attributes like color or position from the shape class, and provide its own specific logic for calculating area or drawing four equal sides. What is the diamond problem in multiple inheritance? Option A. A situation where a subclass inherits from two parents that both inherit from the same grandparent. Option B. A situation where an object is too large for memory. Option C. A syntax error in C++ code. Option D. When a class is its own parent. The correct answer is A. The diamond problem occurs in multiple inheritance when a class D inherits from two classes, B and C, and both B and C inherit from a single base class, A. If B and C both override a method from A, and D calls that method, it is ambiguous which version D should use. This ambiguity is why languages like Java chose to support only single inheritance of classes. Which of the following describes method signature? Option A. The name of the method and its return type. Option B. The name of the method and its parameter list. Option C. The body of the method. Option D. The access modifier and return type. The correct answer is B. A method signature consists of the method name and the number, type, and order of its parameters. In many languages, the return type is not considered part of the signature for the purposes of overloading. The signature is what the compiler uses to distinguish between different methods with the same name. That wraps up our top 30 object-oriented programming questions. How many did you get right? If you found this helpful, give us a thumbs up and subscribe for more technical interview prep. Don't forget to check the full course link in the description to get your official certification. For the full practice exam and certification prep, check the link in the description below.